What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Guliato Bango Boyle. You're now tuned with Edition Podcast, and like they always say, like and subscribe so I look cool. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Guliato Bango Boyle. You're now in tune with Edition Podcast. This is episode number 2, and I got two very important special guests with me here. I have former Division I, now professional basketball player Nuni Omot.
Yo.
And then now I got Terez VanPelt, founder of TBP Basketball and host of Stats and Styles podcast. Make sure to check them out. I'm gonna have the link down low. Today we have a very important episode because a lot of us in the Black and minority community want to play sports in college, and things like that. So they're gonna help us out, and we're gonna go through a little bit of their background. And they're gonna help us learn about their journey through sports. So. First question I have for you guys, man, give us a little bit of background for the people who do not know you guys, where you were born and raised and, things like that.
What's up, y'all? My name is Nuni Omot. I was born in Nairobi, Kenya. Grew up in Matamidi, Minnesota, which is a small city outside of the Twin Cities. Went to high school out there and grew up majority of my life out there, so yeah.
Okay. What about you, Terez? What you got? Where you at?
Yeah, I'm from the far south side of Chicago, Allgill Gardens to be specific, where, basketball is, an escape.
Yeah.
An escape from the environment, you know what I'm saying? It's an urban area where you got your crime, you got, everything, you can imagine going on.
Mm-hmm.
But, basketball is looked at something as fun.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody is passionate. If you know Chicago, our city love basketball, you feel me? And, so that's what it was for me growing up. And then I moved to Minnesota when I was like 13 years old. So that's when I started really getting into like organized basketball for real. Otherwise, I was just playing in my neighborhood tournaments, you know what I'm saying? Damn near street ball. Like, and one basketball taught me how to hoop.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that taught me how to play basketball. So, you know what I'm saying? So, it was all just street basketball first. And then I came up here, started playing organized basketball. And I found out, like, damn, this easy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's way easier than my hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, then my family took a liking to, like, just me being here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, this can be an opportunity for you to escape what's going on back in Chicago.
Yeah.
So my mom, she moved up here, finalized it, and then boom, then the rest was kind of history. On to high school, etc.
Okay, man, that's awesome. Who's your favorite and1 player?
Man, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I gotta go with Ayo first. I don't know if you remember Ayo, my boy from Philly.
Yeah.
And then
Omot. What you talking about?
And I'm going hot sauce second,
Yeah,
though.
I was gonna say hot sauce.
Hot sauce second.
The professor's on there too. But,
Yeah,
okay.
boy.
Yeah, that's
my
interesting background. So going off that, when did you guys first pick up a basketball? Like, I know you played in college. You guys were teammates for a little bit, but when did you guys first pick up the basketball? And you're like, I like playing this game.
Well, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was actually really good at baseball and football. You'd be surprised. I was really good at. I'm being serious.
Okay.
I've always been super skinny, but like football, I don't know why I liked it so much, but it's just like, being able to like hit people, like obviously just take your aggression and like anger out on the field and stuff. That's why I like football a lot. But obviously, I didn't get any bigger as I got older.
I just picture you on the baseball field, tall as hell.
Skinny as a mug, though.
Going crazy though. I be feeling like what I be thinking though, like why a lot of black people in general don't take a liking to baseball and play that sport longer. Like a lot of people tell me that it just get boring when you at a young age, so then they stop playing.
That
different
though.
The money, like,
the bag
damn, like
baseball money different.
But look, though, like, why did you stop playing baseball? Though? That's the thing about it, though.
I stopped playing just because, as I started getting better at basketball, obviously AAU, it's around the same time as baseball and stuff. So I had to really choose, because I ran track a little bit too. So I was just like, I want to hoop. So, yeah.
Okay. What about you when you pick up that ball?
Yeah, for me, man, it was my brother. You know what I'm saying? My brother Damo. His name Dominique, but we call him Damo. So that's kind of how I got like my toughness, you know what I'm saying? And me being a competitor.
Yeah.
Like my brother, he 3-4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in my neighborhood, he was perceived the way we look at D Rose coming up. Like he was young, playing up. He was able to play, you know what I'm saying, runs with all the grown people, being a ninth grader and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the first one that introduced me to the game of basketball, and just me wanting to be able to play with him and people in his age group, that's what gave me that competitive drive and edge and made me love the game too. Like Iverson, you feel me, in the hood with braids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all wanted braids, bro. Like we all wanted braids. I remember like cutting up a white t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Like my brother he used to be Iverson. He used to make me be like Eric Snow. I used to be mad as hell. Like, why I gotta be Eric Snow? Why I can't be Iverson? You feel me? Like drawing a little mark on the back of the jersey. I'm like, I'm trying to be number 3 too. So I end up just having to be T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to be Eric Snow, no disrespect, but yeah, my brother for sure. But I remember them days for sure, bro. For sure. So I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, yep, something like that.
Okay, cool.
I didn't even answer your question about when I picked up.
Yeah, when you pick up
I picked up a baseball. Like,
No, I picked up a basketball probably when I was like 10, 11 years old.
10, 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't really get serious with it until, you know, start playing organized and stuff till probably, you know, 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys were transitioning, you know, going through middle school and a little bit like that, you mentioned a little bit about AAU. Now, how important was like going to, for the younger, so the podcast reason why I wanted to have this today, because a lot of the younger youth, you know, we went through the basketball journey already, right? Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that we give them the knowledge that they don't, you know, hop on the same stumbling blocks that we did. You know, some of the important things that you had to maneuver through. So how important was going to, you know, you mentioned a little bit about AAU, maybe camps and summer league, you know, for your school. How important was attending those for your growth and development?
Yeah, no, for sure. AAU, I feel like is super important, especially it depends on like what program you play with. You know, obviously, you know, nowadays you section it off by different, you know, brands. So you got the Under Armour circuit, you got the Adidas circuit, you got the Nike circuit. You know, like it's super important to play in one of those type of, you know, brand tournaments or teams, you know, just because the exposure is different. You're playing against, you know, some of the best players in the country, depending upon, you know, which bracket you're playing in. Obviously, Adidas circuit, they got great teams. Nike circuit has great teams. You know, the UA circuit has great teams. And I feel like in order to, you know, get yourself out there and be recruited, you got to play against those top caliber guys. You know, like for me, for instance, I wasn't recruited like that in high school. You know, granted, I went to a small school. Had I, you know, played on a top tier AAU team, you know, like Howard Poley, Pump and Run, it would have helped me more so on the recruiting. And, you know, obviously, you know, I didn't do that, so it was a little bit harder for me to get recruited. Yeah. And I wasn't as good, but, you know, I feel like AAU is super important because it allows you to play with some of the top caliber guys in your state, and then as well, you know, you travel across the country playing other top teams as well, which gives you exposure for college coaches to see you and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I just probably say, man, like my biggest advice for anybody that's listening, don't worry about politics too soon. Simply just worry about development. Literally get better at the game of basketball. So it'd be a lot of people living a lie like, oh, if I played for this team, like, fam, you probably wouldn't have made the team. You just got to work on your game. You know what I'm saying? Because for myself, I played with the Minnesota Fury. Shout out to the Minnesota Fury, by the way. We damn near went the whole summer. We lost like 6 games. Like, we was beating everybody. We made it to the Final Four of the championship in every tournament we played throughout the summer, going into my senior year. But that's not a team that's sponsored by Adidas or Nike. You feel me? Okay. So, like, the reason why I didn't go out and try for Pulley, I was thinking about politics at a young age. So that messed up, you know what I'm saying, me having the opportunity to go at guys' head. Because I'm like, oh, they already got their team. No, go play against these guys. Go prove people wrong. So I was thinking about politics too early. And I feel like sometimes with people, parents, making excuses and saying all this, they got their team and blah, 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 blah. Fam, go hoop. At the end of the day, basketball is a proven sport. Yeah. So you can have all the hype in the world. If I see you and I go against you and bust your ass, I'm better than you. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're in an era right now where, politics and all that is cool. But, like, if you young, don't think about that yet. Go hoop. Some parents and stuff like that be messing their kids' head up because you count yourself out before you give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't even go to Pulley trials because I thought they already had their squad. You feel me? Don't think about that. Just hoop. Work on development. Get better at the sport. You know what I'm saying? Don't be talking about all this, that, and third if you can't shoot. You can't let up with your offhand. Like, fam, work on your game. Work on your game. Like, the actual craft is what's going to take you from point A to point B to point C to ultimately reach your goal. It ain't going to be all this other BS talking that's around you, all the extra noise.
Yeah.
And that's what tunnel vision on purpose is being able to block out distractions and being able to focus on your purpose and what matter at all times. So, like, that's what we helping players with. We ain't trying to hear all that bullshit. Let's get money. Let's go at these people's head. Let's embarrass them when we play them.
Yeah.
That's it. Period. And then I tell you, this ain't rocket science, bro. For real. Straight up.
Yeah, I never had the opportunity to play AAU. I didn't even know what AAU was, so I was always going to summer league, for my high school team. So that was another route for me. I personally, like you said, I didn't get recruited. I played D3 for a year. I'm gonna put my stats up there. Y'all gonna laugh, so don't laugh at me. But I didn't get the recruitment process because I went to community college first, and I saw they had a basketball team. I was like, hey, let me come try out, and that's how I even played basketball in college at community college first before I went D3. Now, looking back at it, when the recruitment process for the kids that are getting recruited and getting looked at, what advice do you guys have for them? Or do you guys know how that process works? What advice would you guys have for them during those process?
Yeah, no, for sure. The recruiting process, man, it can be super long. It can be super stressful. But the advice I give to most kids that are getting recruited is, make sure you build a relationship with whoever's recruiting you. It's coaches that are going to contact you on the daily. And if they do that, that means they really want you. Okay. And that's probably where you should, give your attention to.
That's a fact.
But then you got coaches that, they'll hit you up, then you won't hear from them for about a week.
Yeah.
And then you hear from them in a week, that's probably telling you, I probably shouldn't be going in that realm or going in that route. But honestly, the most important thing is building that relationship and see who's most consistent with you, because you don't want to be a guy that you're getting recruited by a coach, he's being consistent, he's trying to get you, he's doing everything, he's talking to your family, and things like that.
Yeah.
And then you're in your mind of like, I'm trying to get recruited by like a Kentucky or one of those type of schools, but they're not contacting you like on a regular basis because, like, say for instance, they end up contacting you, they throw you a scholarship, because remember, there's a lot of scholarships that they have.
They got money.
So yeah, they have money, so they can just throw you a scholarship like, oh, here you go, and then you get hyped up like, oh, I'm going to Kentucky.
They don't get no intentions on playing. You just gonna help the team GPA or some shit.
Exactly. Now you doing what
people don't know that.
Now you doing what we doing right here, sitting on the bench, and then
clapping. Professional clapper though.
Yeah, exactly. No, for real. For real though, like, and then now you're sitting on the bench, and then you're sitting here, and obviously nobody wants to sit on the bench because obviously if you're getting recruited by a high level, you obviously can play. Yeah. So you've grown up playing, being a man on your team. You don't want to be that guy that goes to a school you have to sit, and then now you in your head are like, oh, this is some bullshit. I'm trying to transfer. Yeah. Forget this. I'm not trying to do this. I'm trying to leave. Hitting up your people. They're telling you, yo, you should be playing. This is crazy. Da 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 da. And then now you got kind of like bad blood with the coach because you're like, yo, I don't want to be here and this and that. And then another thing too is, as soon as you have to sit out, if you transfer, you have to sit out again. Obviously it was different last year with COVID because people got their year back and they were able to play. But the recruiting process is hard, it's difficult because at the end of the day, college is a business. And what coaches are gonna do, they're gonna recruit the shit out you. They're gonna try to do anything in their power to get you to come to their school. And it might not go the way that the conversation was when they was recruiting you. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're gonna tell you this, that. Remember, they're recruiting other people too. Yeah. You're not the only one that they're recruiting. Okay. That's what people don't understand. So, another thing too is make sure you have somebody that's hip to like what these coaches are saying. You know what I mean? People that can ask them questions. Oh, so are you saying this to this next person? Certain stuff like that. So that way like you have an idea, because 9 times out of 10, if they telling you one thing, they telling the next person, Rez, the same thing. Yo, you're gonna be the dude here. We're gonna let you rock out. You're gonna be this, that. you know, you got to look at the coaches that, listen, you got to earn your stuff here. You know what I mean? If he's being honest with you, okay, now you can look at it a different way, you know?
Yeah, I'll definitely say the main thing is like what he said, like when you got interest, like I'll give you a story about myself, right? So like I went to Osseo High School, right? You know what I'm saying? And I had, I don't know, maybe like 9 or 10 full scholarship offers, you know what I'm saying? But they mostly was Division II. And I had a couple Division I offers, but the main one that I took my visit on was to Delaware State, right? So my coach advised me to go to Concordia University, that's where me and Nuni met. That's where I played basketball at because, like you said, they showed the most interest. So they was coming to open gyms. I went on, my unofficial visit. They was really engaged coming to my games. They was always contacting the coach about me. Yeah. So he was able to get a sense and a feel like, Terez, they really want you. And then ultimately, I ended up going there and having a good career. You know what I'm saying? I'm the second all-time leading scorer there. But it's because I didn't chase a brand name. Like, oh, damn, they got better shoes than them, so I'm going here for the shoes. Yeah. I was going somewhere to play. So then, too, like, when you meet people, too, you gotta have a good sense of character. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to read character. But if you going, let's say if you high major, whatever the case may be, like I think it's a little better to kind of choose schools now because I feel like players have a lot of leverage. Yeah. Where back then it was like, we the school. You don't come to us, you gonna lose your opportunity. Nah, fuck all that. Nah, we going to the G League. Yeah. We going overseas then. Oh, we can't come there? Like it's other opportunities. We going to the overtime league. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that like these colleges, they more humble now. Yeah. So they come in more genuine. But sometimes you gotta be able to have a goal. What's your goal? What do you want out of college? Are you going somewhere where you want people to kiss your ass? Cool. You want to go somewhere where they're gonna claim that you're gonna start. Cool. You gonna be hoodwinked by that. You know what I'm saying? Then find out that you're not even better than the person that's already there. Yeah. And it's a freshman that'll kill the hell out of you. That's your position. So what's your goal? I knew for me, I said if I win D2, I want to start right away. I want an opportunity to start. You don't gotta tell me like you gonna start, but I want an opportunity to start. I want to play right away because I thought I was D1. And then my other goal was like, listen, I'm never talking smack about D2 if I can't average 20 points a game. So I don't want to say that these people weak here and then I can't even kill. You feel me? Yeah. So like, what's your goal? Man, first and foremost, bro, your education. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, the ball start rolling at some point. You feel me? Like, everybody needs to understand. Like, I always tell my players, you one injury away from shit being a bust or being a person that got to transfer all over the place. You one coaching move away from your coach that's at whatever school claiming like, oh, we about to transfer up. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you at a D2 and then your coach go to a D1 or just go to another school for whatever reason it is. You can be the best player at that school. Your whole situation changed because the new coach is bringing a whole new five in there. Yeah. You feel me? So you gotta know what it is that you want. You know what I'm saying?
You see stuff like that all the time.
All the time, bro. And you could be the previous best player. Yeah. Don't mean nothing when he bringing 5 Division I transfers in or 5 from his JUCO. You could be D1. He bringing 5 people in from his JUCO.
My main coach left too.
You see what I'm saying? It mess your whole. You know what I'm saying? Your everything up. So yeah, that would be. I kind of lost my point, but yeah, it was just I don't even know what I was saying. But that's what I tell anybody. If they got anything out of that, you know what I'm saying? Know what you want, like know your goals, and then just like be able to feel like the genuineness from a person. You know what I'm saying?
You touched a little bit on that, and a lot of kids don't stress too much on it. How important is your high school GPA,
Ooh,
ACT?
Hold on, I got one more point. My bad. No. One more point, my bad, bro. Got one more point. You gotta go, and this is one thing that people don't do, and I gotta say this point because this literally helped me not go to that D1. Yeah. I was a handle, mid-range pull, fast break, you feel me? So I wanted to go somewhere that was high, up-tempo. Yeah. Literally, bro, I went this at Delaware State. I was hosted by the captains, right? 2 senior captains. He told me, he said, listen, bro, he said, how coach telling you, my point is, go look at the history. Go look at game film. Go look at the history, go look at game film. He told me, he said, listen, Terez, he said, coach told you we going to play fast, right? He said, yeah, he told me that too. He said, how we going to play fast when the highest point average on our team is 12? We average 60 points as a team. Do that equal fast to you? Because a high playing team is 80 points and above.
Yeah.
So simply, they can tell you whatever they want. Film don't lie.
Yeah.
Stats don't lie. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
go research the team. We saying, let's say you're a 3-point shooter. You chuck that thing. You Tyler Harrow in high school, right?
Yeah.
Why would you go to a school when they 3-point attempts is 10 a game? You want to take 10 as an individual. Y'all don't even shoot threes, coach. So this don't add up, coach. Can I shoot threes or not?
Yeah.
Shit like that. You gotta go make sure you do your history. Go watch the film.
They gonna lie to you.
Facts.
We'll keep it a buck. They gonna lie to you.
For real, bro.
For
So
sure.
yeah.
So then just going right back to it, I want to touch on the point of the high school GPA, SAT, or ACT score. How important that is going into college, So the younger generation, I know a lot of them don't focus on school. They try to do the bare minimum. But, I didn't play at the higher level, but I understand that some colleges have requirements for you to get in there. How important is it? Did you guys ever run into anything like that where it held you back a little bit,
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I could go back and do the stuff over, obviously I would, but I don't want to sit back and,
Have a regret or
have a regret about it. But, because obviously as I got older now, like I've learned from like my past mistakes and stuff like that. But yeah, high school is super important. Obviously a lot of people, they fly through it with flying colors, but obviously if you're an athlete, in order to play Division I or Division II and get a scholarship, and in order to play right away, you have to meet a certain criteria as far as a GPA and a certain
ACT score.
ACT score. Otherwise, you're not going to be, a qualifier. You got qualifiers and then you got partial qualifiers. A qualifier is somebody that's qualified to play right away. So you got to have a certain GPA and a certain ACT score. If you have that, you'll be good to play. But if you're a partial qualifier, say you have a good enough GPA, but you don't have a good enough ACT score, you won't be able to play. You'll have to sit out your first year and, obviously redshirt because you're academically ineligible. And that's actually what happened to me. When I went to Concordia, I was a partial qualifier. I had a good enough ACT score, but my GPA wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And I had to sit out because I didn't have a good enough GPA. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's important. Obviously, school is important. Like Terez said, the ball doesn't bounce forever. So, obviously school is important.
Yeah.
Relationships is important. Getting your money and, obviously trying to build more money off your money that you make off of, whatever it is that you do in life. Obviously I play basketball and I want to be able to play for a long time and, be able to build something while I'm playing and stuff like that, and for the future for my family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's important to go to school because obviously certain things that you want to do once you're done playing, it takes. If you have money, you're gonna be able to do a lot of stuff. But if you know how to use your money and know what to do with your money, that way you don't got to use other people to maybe finesse you and do certain things like that. Just because you have money, they'll do it for you, but at the same time they could be taking your money because you don't know. Because they're doing it for you, type of deal.
Yeah, I just say simply put, man, like try to get the best grades as possible.
Yeah.
Put less pressure on yourself in order to try to have a super duper high ACT score. Like you want to do well in both. If you can get all A's, cool. If you can have a 3.7 GPA and above in high school, perfect. That's good. You see what I'm saying? That's almost asking about credit score. If you can get an 800 credit score, get an 800 credit score.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
You gotta put less money down. But if you can have a high credit score and put a lot of money down, 2 thumbs up for you. So, you know what I'm saying? I know for myself, like, it was good for me to, like, try my best to have a high GPA.
Yeah.
That way the requirements for my ACT wasn't as high. Like, if you know what I'm saying? Because, like, it worked hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of knew, like, the requirements in regards to be eligible. I just wanted to be eligible so I could have my, scholarship. But I wanted to play right away because I was already thinking, like, man, I want to play pro. You feel me? So I got my ACT score and got it out the way. You feel me? But I wouldn't say I'm the best test taker. I would say I'm a better student than I am a test taker. Like, I know how to apply myself. I know how to study. I know how to do things like that opposed to being like, oh, I remember everything in science. I don't remember none of that stuff, you feel me? But I'm good at applying myself and being a student.
Now, just a little transition here from high school into college. What was the biggest difference and challenge for you guys going into the college? From college to high school.
High school to college, the biggest transition.
And challenging.
And challenges.
Yeah.
I mean, coming out of high school, going to Concordia, I was about 170 pounds. About 6'7", 170 pounds, or 6'6". So, you know, obviously the physical part, that was tough because, you know, people are stronger. You know, they've been lifting weights and certain things like that. And then, you know, when I transferred from Division II to junior college, and then junior college to Baylor, that was night and day difference. Just because, you know, when I went to Baylor, everybody was, you know, strong, physical, fast. The game speed was a lot faster. You know, everybody was just, you know, because it's different. You know, when you play at that level, it's technically a job. You know what I mean? You're going to school, obviously. You're going to school for free, but, you know, you got weights, you got, you know, a lot of stuff that you got to do, and your body just develops a lot faster when you're doing that stuff consistently every single day. And obviously you're getting, you know, trained by the best trainers. You know, their weight program is good. You're eating good. They're giving you shakes. So I say the biggest transition in going from there was probably the physicality, the speed, and, you know, obviously everybody as well, you know, was a lot, you know, more built. So yeah.
That's interesting. I always wanted to ask, bro, like, what was the difference between, like, because you had it at all three levels, JUCO, D2, and D1. And so, like, from what you just said, it sounded like, I know, like, for me, when I listen to you, it sounded like one of the biggest difference between, like, let's say D2 and D1, it sounded like the resources. Like, y'all had more resources because you said, like, y'all eating good, best trainer, shit like that. So it's like, y'all just had more resources.
Yeah, the resources is
you know
crazy,
what I'm saying?
bro.
That's how it's saying.
Resources, facilities, the weight rooms,
But look,
everything.
though, you know another thing, too, bro? One thing that I see with, like, comparing, like, D2 to D1, it's a different environment. And that's kind of like coming from a big city like New York or California or something. I would say the biggest thing with like, D2 to D1, I would say, like, motivation.
Yeah.
And belief. Like, motivation and belief. Like, those two things that's not tangible, but, like, it's a culture type of thing. You feel me? Like, when you got the person next to you in the locker, he really think, man, it's NBA or nothing for me.
No, for sure.
That's a whole different practice setting from somebody in D2 that they plan on being an accountant.
Yeah.
This person's like, if I don't go to the league, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
It's hoop or death.
Yeah.
That's all, bro. No, real, bro. And they really believe it mentally. Like, you probably got people probably D1 that's not even getting, they redshirt and not even starting at the moment. They believe they're pro. At the bare minimum, they think they going overseas. I feel like that's probably one thing that's
facts.
like, just that energy level. Like,
that's facts.
Cause you probably like, I don't know. Cause I me personally, this is my personal opinion. I feel like people at a lot of D2s probably work harder. That's what I feel. Like, you can't tell me like somebody outworked the twins. But I think just the belief and the motivation when you at a D1 and when you seeing your alum is millionaires, when they pull up in the, you know what I'm saying, the Maybach to run open gym, shit, you go right back to the gym. Just off motivation alone. That's not even scheduled. It's not even another, man, you trying to get shots up late at night, it's 3 a.m. Why? Because I just met.
And that's another.
He had the rollies.
That's another thing.
He just shook my hand with the rollies, so I'm going right back to the gym.
That's another thing.
You.
That's another thing too about that.
Motivation,
you know, at Division
bro.
1 too. You got access to the gym 24 hours.
I'm telling you, bro.
Like, you got
different, bro.
You just get you scan something. You either have like a thumb scan. You got like a little key. You get to the gym whenever you want. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, you got, you know, what people don't understand either is that, you know, those managers, like the managers that you have, it's like they're on call. They don't have to come, but it's like, yo, they're trying to get us better. So it's like they're pretty much on call. So if you want to go to the gym at 3 a.m,
they're gonna be there for you.
Yeah, they're gonna be there for you. You know
crazy.
what I mean?
In my JUCO, we had to beg to get in the gym. Man, that's crazy.
Same for CU, bro. It's weird as hell. Like, we want to be better for the squad. You feel me?
This one now is more. I guess basketball is into it too, but like, going into college, you know, how important was time management? Because you know you have to keep up with a certain amount of credits. You had study hall, workouts. You're trying to eat. You got to do homework. You probably had another workout. How important was time management for you guys? You know, did you guys have anything to say about time management?
Yeah, time management is important, man, just because, you know, if you think about it, 24 hours in a day, like it's not as much as you think. You know what I mean? So you gotta try to squeeze a lot of stuff in that little bit of time. You know, and on top of that, like what he said, you know, a lot of guys that go play at a high level, they're thinking in their mind like, yo, I'm trying to do anything I can to get to the league. And then, you know, it's some people that they don't have to put in as much work.
Yeah.
And, you know, they still, you know, are going to get to the league. So, I mean, time management, you know, you got, like you said, you got to wake up, you got workouts, you got to go get food, you know, you got to go to class. After class, you have practice. After practice, you have weights. After weights, you got study hall. Like, you know, and these is not things that's only, you know, 30 minutes. This is like can be an hour, 2 hours, you know, and, you know, like I said, 24 hours, that's not a lot when you got things, all that stuff going on. So, you know, you got to be able to, and then at night too, you know, obviously some people, they're like, oh, every day they got a routine. I got to go to the gym for an hour at night, you know, so it's like, you know, got to go eat, got to do this, got to do that. You got to get stuff in. And, you know, to have that little bit of time, like that little window is like, you know, I got to get these things done. If I don't have my time management right, I'm not going to be able to do the things that I got to do.
Yeah, and I'll say the main word for this, bro, prioritize, bro. It's real simple, bro. Prioritize. You feel what I'm saying? Like when I went there, I knew I was a student athlete. So I put my schoolwork first. I put my craft, the hoop in second, you feel me? And then only thing that over-trumped them two probably was anything spiritual and anything for my family.
Yeah.
So it was real simple for me. Especially me coming from the hood, you feel me? When I'm going to a college, bro, come on, bro, this is sweet.
This is easy.
You know what I'm saying? Easy, like, ain't no party gonna distract me. Like every day in my hood, it was a block party. You feel me? Like so, I'm nothing is deterrent. You know what I'm saying? For me of having this opportunity. Like that's another thing too. I would say like a lot of players too. Like man, gratitude is real important. You know, a lot of people get spoiled, bro. Like. They get spoiled with like these opportunities and they don't really understand like and maybe it's because they lived the life of privilege. Yeah. So they don't know what it means to come from nothing. So when I went to Concordia, they like, Riz, why you ain't partying? I'm like, bro, this is temporary, bro. I'm here for 4 years for free. Yeah. I'm finna lock in for these 4 years. Like, I already know. I looked up how much my tuition is that I'm getting free. Yeah. You know, no, I'm dead serious, bro. It's $40,000 a year. My mama didn't have $40,000 a year. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't had that. So I couldn't take my opportunity for granted. I ain't had time to mess around. Like, my father did 10 years in jail. My brother was killed. So if I'm on this straight, narrow path, it's easy for me to stay focused because I know what not being focused gets you. And I ain't had time for that, you feel me? So it was easy for me to stay focused. Like, you just got to prioritize, you know what I'm saying, and know what's important to you and be serious about your goals. Yeah. Some people want to, you know what I'm saying, have a good time and party more than they want to reach their goal. You got to know, what the hell do you want to do? What you want out of this shit? Yeah. It's real simple, bro. They ain't finna sugarcoat it for nobody that's listening. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, you feel me? Like, know what the hell you want out of life in general. Know what you want. And stop playing with this stuff because, like, at the end of the day, bro, well, Drake said we here for a short time, not a long time. You feel me? So, all right, spend your time bullshitting and not reach your goal.
So this one is going to transition a little bit to, what was your most memorable college experience when you're playing sports? What was it for you guys? Like, you can't forget this. Now you can tell this story. Like, hey, this one time I ain't
gonna lie to you, man. It was probably on my birthday when I played against the Knicks. Yeah. It was just,
it's lit.
Obviously, lit. My story is different. My story is different than a lot of people. Yeah. And, obviously I'm not done writing my story. And, I still have goals and, aspirations to get back. Yeah. But, playing against the Knicks on my birthday was probably the most memorable moment of my life just because I didn't come from much, you know what I mean? I wasn't highly recruited. I was always told that I wasn't going to be able to, do this, do that. I've been slept on my whole life. Yeah. And, it's been like that since day one. Me, I don't get discouraged. And, most people that know me know that I work. Yeah. And,
so at the gym every day, man. I wake up in the morning, this guy's gone. Besides Wednesdays, he's gone. He's gone.
But yeah, so that was probably the most memorable thing just because, it's something that I dreamt of, I dreamed of playing in the league. And, obviously it was a preseason game, but at the end of the day, I can still say, I played in the game. And, I still believe truly that, you know, I can get back in the States because I play overseas now. And, you know, for those that don't know, because a lot of people just, you know, they kind of look at people different if you don't have them 3 letters across your chest, the NBA, it's some boys overseas that can play, like, for real. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys overseas that's making, you know, 70 bands a month, you know.
Damn.
There's guys that come home and, you know, you don't know who they are just because their name ain't
Their
in
name
the
ain't
spotlight,
up there, yeah.
but their bank account look right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing people don't understand is that, you know, don't get discouraged if you go overseas. Don't get discouraged if you go play Division II. Don't get discouraged if you go play Division III. Don't get discouraged if you go play Division I. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's a lot of people that wish that they could be
Facts, bro.
in that
Yeah.
situation.
I forgot
You know
what the
I mean?
numbers is in regards
It's
to
ridiculous.
I
the
think
people that wanna like the population of people who in sports, you know what I'm saying, that's amateurs, and the ones who get to play college.
Yeah,
It's talking about D3, D2, and D1. That number of people is
I
small
just
as
had it
hell,
the other
but
day.
they
Oh my
make
God.
it look like anybody
Anybody can play. Nah,
Hell no.
And that's another thing,
Think
too.
about your high school team, bro. How many people from your team went like your team probably went and played college basketball?
I got this to tell you. I don't know how many people went and play college basketball, but I was just talking to my boy the other day, Q Hook. He was Mr. Basketball in my class. We were talking about it, and in my class right now, it's 3 players from my class that are playing professional basketball right now.
Damn. Where the rest
Professional,
go?
they get paid to play basketball. It's only 3. So I mean, the
Yeah,
margin, like,
slim.
it's a slim margin, and you know, obviously, you know, the draft was last night. Only 60 players get picked. They said last year it was 160 undrafted players that played in the NBA last year. So I mean, a lot of people get discouraged. You know, I didn't get drafted, and you know, obviously I was disappointed. And, you know, I wanted to get drafted. That's everybody's dream that plays basketball is to get drafted, to
Yeah.
go to the NBA, go to the league, get all this money, live life. You know, everybody loves you, this, that. You know, but if you ain't bringing something to the table, people are gonna look at you like, then what? Like, if you're not in the league, they're gonna, now what? You know what I mean? So you're only relevant for so long. If you're not in the NBA, they look at you a different way. But all I know is that, like, you know, don't get discouraged when people try to tell you, you know, you're not D1, you're not D2, you're not, you know, this, that, the third. At the end of the day, all you can do, like, what I would advise the youngest to do is just work, man, because, you know, you're going to have haters, you're going to have doubters everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You're going to have people that love you and do this everywhere you go. But, you know, if you just stay even keel and just know what your purpose is and what you're doing it for, and, you know, just keep grinding and keep doing that. Like, because me, I truly believe that, you know, I'm 26. I feel like I can come back and play in the States. I mean, I know what I have to do, and I'm focused on doing what I have to do in order to do that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I would say one memory for me when I dropped 40, bro,
Damn.
on my former teammate.
Yeah.
Period. And straight
Never
story,
forget that, huh?
fun, straight fun, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, somebody that's my boy, I ain't gonna say his thing. That's my dog.
You're not gonna shout him out?
Nah, that's my dog. That's my dog. But
Yeah.
played together, teammate, transfer, come back, exhibition game 40. Lit. That's all I know. Lit.
Yeah.
Straight hezzy pulls.
I would say for me, it was in JUCO. I betted everyone from my high school that I'll get a Dunkin' game, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody's like shaking my hand, $20 a piece. Yo, I can't make this up. It's the last game of the year. There's probably like 6 minutes left. They shot, and I just took off for some reason. I outlet, and my homie threw me a pass. And I closed my eyes and I dunked it. And till this day, I didn't even know I dunked in the game until people were like, did this guy just dunk in the game? After the game was finished, and it didn't matter because our season was ending, I'm just trying to collect my money. I was like, you owe me 20. You owe me 20. I made $80. I think made just $100 that day just because of a dunk. And then that is crazy.
That's
man.
crazy,
That's
bro. I really thought you was gonna say that's your favorite memory is when you try to dunk on me and it didn't end too well for you. That's what I thought you was gonna say. But
don't
we're
let this guy fool
not
you,
gonna
man.
talk about it though.
Now they said don't get discouraged at D2, D1, D3, NBA. That's what I do on the court. I don't care what league you in. I've been giving some of these guys buckets. I try to dunk on them. I cross my guy.
I was about to say, so that didn't happen.
No, it happened. Cross my guy over. I'm up there. I'm like, oh, this is a free lane. And this guy's guarding this guy.
OTF.
Comes in and just I'm like, oh, this dude, come on, bro. So
on, brother.
that is crazy. But
Come on, brother.
yeah, that's crazy. To this day, I think I could still, if we play a game of 1-on-1, I don't care who it is, I'll score a couple buckets on him. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Anybody
I
can
mean
get
that.
buckets. Cause I feel like
Someone over there sitting down said I won't score nothing. But
Nah, he can hoop.
Here's
He
a
was
thought.
trying to guard me.
yeah, because he was killing someone we know that I'm not going to call his name out too.
You
I
said it
was like, bro,
what?
let me
I felt
switch.
so great that day. Oh, I felt like myself.
No, I got 2 fun questions for y'all before we let this go. 2 fun questions in the summary is if you have to assemble a team right now, 5 people that are playing NBA or wherever, put a team together and you're like, this is my starting 5. Who y'all got?
Right now?
Right now.
Let me think on that one. We going by position or we can just freak
You can
it?
just, hey,
we
I'm
can just
watching-
freak
I'm playing,
it.
I'm playing,
Shit,
you
LeBron
playing.
the one.
Okay.
KD like you can do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
That's wild.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I might have to put Magic at the 1.
No, right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Oh, it's not all
playing
time.
right
I thought it was all
All
time.
time. No, right now.
Oh, right now?
You put a team together, yep.
I'm gonna go traditional. though. I'm gonna go traditional.
I might have to go Steph at the 1. Ooh. Either Clay or Harden at the 2.
Yep. Oh, you got to
Pick
pick
one.
one. You
Pick
can't
one.
say.
Ain't no clever.
Yeah,
Pick
pick
one.
one. No,
Pick
you
one.
got 5
Pick one.
players, bro.
I'm
Pick
going
one.
Harden.
Okay.
I'm going Harden.
Alright.
I'm going Durant at the 3, Bron at the 4,
Yeah.
Anthony Davis at the 5.
Okay, that's a good team. Who you got, man? Terez, who you got?
Yeah, man, you already know I got Kyrie Irving, man,
Yeah.
at the 1. Nothing to think about. I ain't. Don't even ask me who I'm taking at the 1. Byrie Bourbon, man. Let me go. Who the 2, man? Let me see. Who the 2?
It's tough.
That's
2
a
is tough.
question. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Harden because it's a real case that Harden is probably like the best offensive player in the world. It's a real case. Real with his passing, shooting, finishing. Yeah, gotta go with him. I'm going Bron at the 3. I'm going KD at the 4. Man, who I'm going with the 5? Is health a factor or not really?
Nah, not really. Just pick them. They good.
I might have to go with my big boy Embiid, man.
Okay.
No lie.
You know, going Jokic.
Y'all comment
Hell
below
nah.
who got the better
Hell
team.
nah.
I'm not gonna
He
do
get-
my team
he
because I don't
get
even watch
killed.
sports like that no more. But who got the better team? And in summary, now to these young guys, going high school, transition to college, or even college going to professional. 3 advice you would give your younger self that pretend it's basically to your younger self, but it's to them so they understand also the young generation. Now 3 advice you give them like this is it.
One advice I would give, actually, well, you said 3, but the first one I give is play the game any way possible. The game within the game, show up early, stay late, be respectful, be a good teammate,
Yep.
have good energy, whether things are going bad, things are going well, be the same person, be you, The second advice I would give is working on the right things, as far as a young kid. Obviously nowadays the game is evolving so crazy. You know, you got YouTube, you got kids that, see stuff on YouTube, go in the gym and they can work on it. And then, a lot of kids too at a young age have trainers. So, that's why a lot of these kids are so advanced nowadays. So, I would say just, work on the right things. And then the last thing I would say to my younger self, or to the young...
It's both. It's like to your younger self, but this
to
advice
to the younger ones too is just be mentally strong, because basketball is a game that brings a lot of joy, and it can bring a lot of sadness as well, just because it's a lot of stuff that goes in behind the scenes that people don't really get. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of players out there that are making a lot of money playing basketball. They're living a great life just off the strength of basketball, but they're miserable, and I know people are going through it just because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of people that wonder what they would do if they weren't playing basketball, or they don't want to play basketball, but they obviously they are getting money from it. They don't love it for real, and they still it's the way they make money.
Yeah.
So I would say, just mentally, you got to just have the mental aspect of the game, and just everything that goes on behind the scenes with the business and all that stuff. Have that intact, and make sure you know what to do as far as how to approach that.
Okay. What you got?
I'd probably say keep God first. You're not going nowhere without faith.
Yeah.
You got to believe, because you're going to have people around you. You're going to have people within your circle. They're going to question you like, what, that goal? That's too big for you. I never forget some of my biggest mentors, like people that I hold dear to my heart. They told me, like, after my freshman year, I think I averaged 9 points as a freshman. And they was like, yeah, Rez, you come back the second year, bro, it's going to be real good for you. You average 13 to 14 points a game. I looked at them like, man, if I average that, I'm going to jump off a bridge. I got to average a dub or nothing. I know who I think I am, but I just listen. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. Well, good for you. Yeah. Okay. 13. You say 13. I'm like, I'm trying to double that. I'm trying to average 25 when I come back. That's my own goal. So, like, you got to have belief in yourself. You feel me? Belief in God first. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your faith is strong. I don't care who you praying to. Pray to somebody. Your faith got to be super duper 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 strong, because your coaches are questioning you. I remember I started doing one leg step backs in practice. I told coach, hey, can I use this? Like, I work on this. He like, oh, you can use it if you make 8 out of 10. I'm hitting everybody with that. One leg step back, confident. That's what I do. So, you know what I'm saying? Put your family first. You know what I'm saying? Put your family first. Make sure you prioritize your family. Once you start prioritizing weird stuff over things that's important, your whole life gonna be all over the damn place. You feel me? I remember like one time, like I learned this. Like I missed one of my family members' funeral because I didn't want to lose my starting spot. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, well, this person only related through marriage. That's literally in my subconscious why I didn't go. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget, like, that's one of the biggest regrets I had is choosing, like, even basketball over my family. You feel me? Yeah. So, man, you keep your family first. I don't know if that's a priority of some people's, but that's damn sure a priority of mine. Yeah. And then third, I just say work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a craft. It's art. Treat it like art. Treat it like, people do with rap music or how they do with drawing or whatever the case may be. Picasso. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? They'd come back and work on that painting all day, every day, finding the vibe, you know what I'm saying? So just work, you know what I'm saying? And then the old cliche too, like use the basketball, don't let the basketball use you. Yeah. Understanding like the places that basketball can take you. It can give you exposure with, you know what I'm saying, seeing the world. It can allow you different, a network that can end up being your net worth. You feel what I'm saying? Leveraging those opportunities in the future. Yeah. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
My 3 that I would give, I want to give a big shout out to Gotch, Booth Gotch. I gave him a ring, and then my homeboy Guillermo, or G, we call him. I went to JUCO with him. The 3 things that they said is network and build relationship outside of basketball, because the ball, like they said, ball's gonna stop dribbling one day. What relationship did you make? You might be going. They say 50% of kids out of college go into sales, right? You might want to make those relationships with somebody because you never know who knows who. Don't take your education for granted. They say the average debt right now for kids coming out of college is $37,000, and that's just average. There's people with $100,000, maybe some less than that. So don't take that education for granted. Actually find a subject or a major that you're actually interested in. Don't just pick something that you're not. You just want to take it because it's easy, right? Don't do that. Actually use your free college for something. And last one is time management, because some of the time management, not only skills that are important in college, is transferable skills to outside of college. Now you can know how to manage your life, and like Terez said, it's prioritizing. So make sure you know that. And thank you guys for watching. And I appreciate Terez for coming and Nuni for being here. He's about to go overseas. Terez, I just DM'd him like yesterday, and he was cool enough to come and just on a notice, so I appreciate that a lot. Make sure you check out their podcast, Stats and Style. I'm going to have their link below. He also does basketball training, so hit him up also, So appreciate you guys for watching. You guys have a good one, man, and thank you guys.
Most definitely.
Appreciate you. Much love.
Yeah.
Bless.